Okay, I'm Zoe Murphy and I'm a printer textile designer. I live and work in Margate and I recycle retro furniture pieces. The core of it really, in my beliefs, is I care a lot about waste or not wasting, and I hate to see people giving up on things, whether it's a town, which I feel has happened a bit in my local town actually, until recently, but whether it's a town or an object or sometimes even people, society tends to sort of have this sense of when you throw something away, it's somewhere else and doesn't exist anymore, and no one really takes responsibility as much as they should for the items that they're bringing into existence through production or through sort of manufacture and things. So trying to encourage people to be a bit more responsible with the things they own by showing them that reuse can be something very desirable, and that having faith in the things you own can actually regenerate them into something you really would want to have, quite genuinely. That's very important to me. Yeah. Margate is something that I wasn't always so proud of, because when I left to go to university, it was still a very bleak place to be, and that was only sort of 4 years ago. I didn't, as a young person around here, I didn't feel any of the regeneration that was going on at the moment. There wasn't a lot of pride in sort of my social groups, and most people left Margate to go to university and never really came back. And actually, while I was away up in the Midlands, I started to notice how I was slightly different from perhaps people in the north or people from the Midlands in that, I don't know, I was really surprised that not everyone had a theme park in their hometown, and some people thought it was amazing that I lived by the sea, which was just really normal for me, you know, and so you start to notice really subtle differences, and then through those differences notice what makes you who you are, and makes you slightly unique. And so all throughout my projects through university, I was constantly, I think, referencing urban towns and sort of not so polished areas to live in. I was always sort of, you know, doing graffiti projects and including images of CCTV cameras in ornate patterns that I was designing. And then it came to my final project, and I wanted to use all of the emotion that I had for recycling and reuse and my feelings towards those sorts of issues. And then, yeah, so I wanted to, in my final project, I really wanted to use all of my feelings towards recycling and those issues, but also touch on my feelings in general for my hometown. And I found that the idea of a project that illustrated holidaying at home and loving what belongs to you, which is sort of my ethos now, was an ideal way to sort of unify all of my feelings and opinions about pretty much everything in my life. So Margate's now somewhere that really is a sort of icon for my feelings towards the planet and society and reuse, and I draw all of my imagery from around here as well. Yeah, so it will be an interesting couple of years to see what Margate does for itself, but I'm so thrilled to be here while it's all happening, and to hopefully even have a little bit of influence in the changes that become apparent in the next couple of years. It should be really good. It's been a very interesting year since I graduated. I never honestly imagined that things would move as quickly as they have, and that might be perhaps because of where I'm from or the type of person I am. I never imagined that people would be so excited by my work, but then it's something that I care a great deal about, and I pour all my energy into making the pieces that I make very, very personal, yet something that other people can relate to. I try not to be too commercial or too self-referential, but I like to make pieces that will sort of inspire people to think the way that I do. I work as much as I possibly can, and I have a lot of passion for what I do because I love it so much. And I think to be able to wake up every day and know that you're in control of the impact that you want to have on the world, and that I can come in here and work every day in my sunny studio with bright pots of paint and colour everywhere, it's just fabulous. It's a dream come true, really. Yeah.